I'm calling my lawyer. Objection! Jobless! Hi, welcome. Long time no see, but let's not talk about that. I have crawled out of my little hole known as Kpop Hell to bring you guys my end of the month Kpop review for the month of May. It's gonna be May. That was lame. I ruined it. But I digress. Yes, today we're going to be tier ranking the releases and/or/slash debuts for the month of May using my super fancy tier ranking system, which I'm going to explain a little later. But first, did I finish that sentence? I'm sorry. There's a reason I crawled into that hole in the first place. But first, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel to show your support, lest I fall off the face of the earth, which is, always going to be a possibility. But I'm just trying to point out that I'm not trying to fearmonger here. From GOT7 to NCT to debuts like Psy's new boy group TNX. I have a pretty good list this month, but I'm sure, as always, you guys will let me know very passionately if I have missed anyone, and if I did, I'm really sorry about that. But let's get into the tier explanations. If you've been through this plenty of times before, then please feel free to skip. Otherwise, let's get into the tier ranking explanation. So at the top of the list, we of course have Big Booty Bop. These are songs that are basically love at first sight. The first time I heard them, I just wanted to listen to them over and over again. Then below that, we have Cup of Milk. These are songs that are good, maybe not love at first sight, but they still made it onto my playlist, but they might have not stayed there very long, maybe didn't have the best shelf life. A bit like Dairy, inspired by BTS. Not that beat. Fuck, no. You see, this is why I haven't been uploading a lot. Just have a bit of K-pop stan trauma. I didn't mean it like that, and you know it, and don't twist it any other way. Sorry, that was a little passionate. Like K-pop stans. I'm sorry. Someone got mad at me because I was like, K-pop stans are mean. Like, you guys know K-pop stans are mean, right? You guys know this. Someone was like, I'm a K-pop stan and I'm so nice to you. Like, yeah, I'm a K-pop stan too. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking, you know who I was talking about. I digress. Digressing for dramatic effect. Right below that, we have our tier second gen vibes. These are songs that we might casually like. If they randomly played on a playlist, I don't think I would skip them. Right below that, we have It Exists. These are for songs that I'm really neutral about. Do they suck? I don't think so. Are they amazing? Not really. They're just kind of there. And then we have me trying to figure out my own fucking tiers. Right after that, we have Grower, Not a Shower. Basically, these are songs that I might not have really liked at first, but over time, maybe through peer pressure, societal pressure, I've grown to like these songs. They just have something about them that's like kind of easy to dislike. But through whatever higher power, somehow I ended up liking them. Which is then followed by everyone's favorite tier, which is YG's Dungeon. These are songs that need more time to simmer in that dungeon, need a little bit more work. These are songs that I would like tangibly change things about. But they still have elements that are redeemable, you know what I mean? Unlike the last tier, which is Not My Cup of Tea, which are just songs that I don't like. There's not really anything that I would change about them because I just wouldn't listen to them. Simply put, I don't like them. And that is our lovely, wonderful little tier list. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Well, we're into the, you understand. Starting off with GOT7 comeback with NANANA. Not just NANANA, just 3 nas. Don't overdo it. Which is from their self-titled EP, despite the fact that they literally last year all announced they were leaving JYP. Are we surprised? Not really, because they announced that they were leaving JYP, but they would still remain GOT7, which was confusing at the time, but I guess now it all makes sense. It all came full circle. NANANA is a song with pop sounds and highlights GOT7's bright and chill vibe. According to JB, the song conveys GOT7's feelings of wanting to gift laughter to the public and their fandom, Agase, who waited a long time for their return. Now, I personally don't find this song very funny, but I've noticed more and more, like when I'm reading descriptions of songs, they're like, this song is for the fans. And like, I presume fans are the ones who are going to be listening to it. I presume you'd be making music for your fans, right? But go off, Parrot Daddy. I did, however, really like the lyrics of the song. To me, NANANA is not just about random sounds. Because the lyrics translated into English go, the seat next to you is NANANA, the one who can make you smile is NANANA. But na means me in Korean, right? So the seat next to you is me. The one who can make you laugh is me. Like, it's so meaningful. So I thought it was cute, you know, like fun, not funny sounds. What was it? Like onomatopoeias. I lost my train of thought. I thought personally through the title that it was just gonna be the sound na na na, it wouldn't really have any meaning or anything, but contextually through the lyrics, it was really cute. I very much appreciate Jackson's voice. He just has a really beautiful voice. Should we describe it like a little bit raspy? I don't know how to describe it, but I find like it balances the very soft, vibey nature of the song so perfectly. I just found it added a very beautiful contrast. Anyways, on to the parrots, right? That's what we came here for. That's what I came here for. I mean, we also did get to see a peacock, but I'm really not interested in non-parrot birds, to be honest. No offense to the peacock. At the end of the day, I actually did really enjoy this song. It ended up on my playlist, and I would give it a good cup of milk moment. We're gonna go ahead and put this into the cup of milk category. I was driving with a friend, and I put this on our playlist while we were having a nice little stroll. Moving on to Hybes. Someone please tell me in the comments how you pronounce Hybe. New big hit. Their new girl group, LE SSERAFIM, and their debut with Fearless from their mini album of the same name. I actually did a review/reaction to this, so you can go check that out after you're done with this video. Fearless is described as an alternative pop song with a bold bass riff and a groovy rhythm. And the lyrics express the group's resolve to not dwell on the past, but fearlessly move towards the future. When I first heard this song, it really reminded me of XG's Tippy Toes, which, you know, I did really enjoy Tippy Toes. And though I did like Tippy Toes, I didn't really vibe with that, which sounds a little counterintuitive, right? If they're so similar, wouldn't, like, logically you would like both, wouldn't you? But despite these similar elements, like the whispering, similar beats, I would also say similar style, I guess they're just different enough that I don't really vibe with Fearless. Because to me, this like groovy sound translates a little bit more bland, in my opinion, paired with the whispering and all that. It just doesn't hit as hard. It just feels like things I've seen and heard before while missing something that really brings it over the edge. So for me, I'm gonna put it into not my cup of tea. I personally wouldn't listen to it. However, dare we say LE SSERAFIM has like revived live vocals? Oh my god. I watched their live performance on a music show and I was like, huh? I heard struggles. I heard labored breathing. Like, it was beautiful. Absolutely unheard of in 4th gen. Like, the last time I heard maybe a struggle like that was in JYP's and Sunmi's When We Disco. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Everyone and their mothers are gonna be in the comments like, what about this group? What about this group? I said what I said. I said what I said. Now, from their 4th mini album Flashback, we have IKON and their comeback with But You. With lyrics by Bobby, But You reinterprets 80s pop music with a modern sound. Let me stop Soombi right there. I've thought about this a lot, okay? But wouldn't any 80s inspired song today be reimagined from the... It sounds a little... like we're stating the obvious here. Am I being nitpicky? Because I do genuinely think about this a lot. I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if we recorded a retro song? Particularly for me, I'd be really interested in a 90s song recorded today as if it was being recorded in the 90s. Like, we use similar technology. We use like the exact same style. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't try to modernize it. Like, it sounds like it came straight out of the fucking 90s. I think that would be so cool. Because otherwise, like, aren't technically all of these retro-inspired songs just that? Inspired, modernized, reimagined? Think about that. Get back to me. But back to Soombi. Creating a retro atmosphere, the lyrics honestly confess the feelings of being unable to forget a lover after breaking up. Which is definitely a description that I wholeheartedly agree with, because from the first line, I was like, oh, That's like it touched on my heartstrings because it says, I'm in love again. But that line is somehow not convincing, right? It's not convincing at all, actually. It feels bittersweet. And then the next line right after that is, well, how is the person next to you? So you definitely just feel that sense that they're holding on to something that they probably shouldn't be holding on to anymore. Now, I feel like you know what I'm gonna say here. Like the whole 80s theme, I'm really over it. It's overdone. It makes me honestly mad because my unwillingness to sit there and listen to fucking synth sounds anymore makes me want to appreciate this from far, right? I don't know. Like, I guess I kind of agree that like, you reimagined it. It was really good. I don't know. Maybe a little bit I agree with it, because there's honestly so much that I love about the song that like my hatred for like 80s and 70s themes kind of went out the window for this one. I definitely appreciate the lyrics, again, the bittersweet nature of it all. There's something about that chorus, the emphasis on the EU. Beautiful. I could look past. I'm going to look. I'll be honest. I have looked past it. It's in Cup of Milk 100%. It makes me feel a certain way. I really like this song. There's a soft spot in my heart for this song, and it's unexpected because I'm sick of the 80s sound. Thumbs up to IKON. I don't know what the fuck they did, but they did it. Now let's check out Classy, which is a group that was formed through MBC's My Teen Girl, and their title track Shutdown from their first mini album, Why Class Is Over. I thought that was interesting because their group name is Class E and the album name is Why Class. And yeah, I guess that's not that mind-blowing, but leave me alone. There's unfortunately no description for this song. How rude, right? You know I cannot distinguish what kind of songs these are without someone spoon-feeding it to me. I'm kidding. This song, in my own words, I guess, is like an uplifting, inspiring song that talks about being your own light, following your dreams, and things of that nature. Wow. I should write press reports, right? I mean, I did a better job than NBC. They didn't write anything for Soompi. Jesus. The beat right off the bat was so familiar, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I thought initially it sounded like an IVE song, but then I'm not too sure. I think after all of that, it sounds a little bit like a mix between an IVE song and a Tri B song. So let me know what you think of that analogy. Aside from that, the vocals were a really nice part of the song. Dare I say the highlight of the song? Because otherwise I just wasn't really following the song. You know, I listened to it a couple times. I couldn't remember it. I wasn't following these changes. I don't even remember if there was really that many changes or if it stayed the same throughout. Like, it felt a little not super memorable to me. But then at the same time, it did have elements that I liked. Like, I did like some of the instrumentals and so on. But like, as I'm sitting here now, I really do not remember the song. I have no recollection of what it sounds like. Because initially, as I like wrote it out, I was like, I'm gonna put it into grow or not a shower because I think it could grow on me. But like, what's gonna grow on me? I don't remember what it sounds like. Let's hear a snippet. That sounds so familiar. Does anyone know what that song is? Is it that song? Or is it another song? It sounds so familiar. So if anyone, I remember for one of Moonpyo's songs, I was like singing a snippet of what I thought it sounded like. And a lot of you guys were trying to help me figure it out. So I always find that so fun. I literally cannot think of it. Would I listen to it? Here's the thing. I thought I would put it into grower. Maybe it could grow on me. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the instrumental. I don't know. I wonder if perhaps YG's done. Fuck, I already forgot what it sounded like. Shit. I think we're gonna stick with grower and not a shower for now because I'm so confused right now. Moving on to 17's comeback with Hot from their full-length album, Face the Sun. Described as a hip-hop song that highlights 17's will to confidently move forward on their own path while facing the scorching sun head on with groovy whistle sounds and a refreshing vibe. 17 powerfully conveys their resolve to ultimately become the sun. This is a release that I was highly anticipating. I'm in my Carrot era. Maybe? This is a release that I was highly anticipating. As we know, I've been really enjoying 17's releases recently. And when I heard the teaser for this, it sounded so amazing. It sounded so up my alley. I loved the instrumentals and, you know, all that jazz, the visuals, everything. But then when I first heard the song, it just really wasn't what I was expecting because there was so much going on. And not that I'm opposed to noisy songs, but there was just like the initial impression of the song was like, oh my God, if it maintains this consistency, this vibe throughout, I don't know if I would really like it. But there were so many redeeming elements, I think, you know. I think it was DK's voice, you know, into the pre-chorus that really slowed things down, and it was really beautiful. And then that chorus, I just didn't know how to feel about that chorus. Because again, there's like a lot of these redeeming qualities that I liked. To be honest, I was overall very confused about everything. There were parts that made sense. There were parts that didn't make sense to me. There were sultry parts that I really appreciated, really quirky parts. It was a little bit of a roller coaster, to be honest, which I wasn't expecting because I really was anticipating a more Latin-inspired, more sultry song. One of my Kara friends actually said it reminds her of a mix between Hit and Game Boy. Game Boy is my favorite 17 song, so I understand like the quirky nature of it. I can see the similarities, but in terms of like hyperpop, you know, I don't think it would fit into that hyperpop category. I don't know. I didn't love it at first. I do agree there was some cheeky second gen vibes in there. I think it's fun. I think it's quirky. And I think 100% it has the potential to grow on me. So we're going to go ahead and put it into a grower, not a shower. Next up, we have TXT's comeback with Good Boy Gone Bad from their 4th mini album, Minisode 2 Thursday's Child. I actually made a review / reaction to this as well, so you can go check that out after you're done with this video. This is described as a hardcore hip-hop genre song with rock elements meshed in, and the lyrics express the dark emotional transformation of a good boy after he experiences a breakup for the first time. So initially my review was quite positive. I did have a lot of not necessarily anticipation, maybe like anticipation that I would really like this song. You know, first listen, it was nice. I have to say it's a nice song. I like the direction they were going. I like the instrumentals. I did initially add it to my playlist, but I never really ended up listening to it. I didn't really have the desire to do so. And then any consequent time I would go to listen to the song, I'd be like, oh yeah, like it's a nice song, but like I just wouldn't really have that desire to listen to it. Actually, when I would think of this song, I would start kind of singing Good Boy Gone Bad, and then it would turn into AT's Rocky, and then AT's Rocky would turn into Maison by Dreamcatcher. So it was a really interesting mashup in my head. Someone should get on that, by the way. So despite my initial feelings towards this song, I think like a safe place to put it would be It Exists, because, you know, I did think I would really enjoy the song. I would really end up liking the song, but at the end of the day, it didn't really keep my interest. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and put it into It Exists. I don't think under certain circumstances I would skip it. Like it depends. It depends. On to BI's comeback with BTBT featuring Soulja Boy and DeVita. Not to be confused with Soulja Boy, in case there's any confusion. This is from his Love or Loved LOL project, and it's quite vibey. The song, however, does touch on the newness of, you know, being someone's lover, hoping you're enough, hoping that you could fulfill their wishes. Anyways, I don't really know where Soulja Boy comes in or DeVita. I didn't really hear Soulja Boy's voice as far as I know. I could be totally wrong, but it was a nice song regardless. So I'm gonna put it into second gen vibes. But I think it could end up on my playlist because it was vibey. Don't look at me and my Brita filtered water. Next up, we have Hyoyeon from Girls' Generation, who came out with Deep from her mini album of the same name. Deep is an EDM dance song with electronic sounds and a dynamic bass line, with the title referring to the idea of falling deeper for Hyoyeon and lyrics wittingly comparing the thrilling feelings of falling more deeply for one another to a predator's hunt for its prey. It turns out I have a lot to say. So initially it seems there's a lot of references to sharks, and I was really excited because based on the description I thought, you know, this is going to be a shark theme, and I don't think I've ever really seen a shark theme in K-pop. We talk about getting deep into her, so deep like the ocean, so we're off to a pretty nautical start. Like, admit a shark concept would have been really cool. I don't know. Don't ask me how it would have looked right now. We could have done some brainstorming. It could have turned out really cool, but I digress. However, instead of like the shark theme, which would have made sense with the title Deep and Deep Ocean and some of the lyrics, right? It seems she went more with a spider theme, which, you know, fair enough. Spiders are pretty cool. It just, I can think back to a couple of pretty iconic songs already. We see her clothing representing webs. She's like sitting on these ropes that also represents webs. She's literally pulling someone behind her as if he's a bug that she caught like in a spider web. So we have some spider imagery and it's pretty cool. Although, like, I'm still a little bit stuck on the whole shark thing. I think that would have been so unique. As for the sound though, really wasn't for me. I just remember it being a lot and me thinking, you know, I don't think, let's listen to a snippet because I don't really remember. Right off the bat, no. It's interesting. I'll definitely give it that. It's interesting. I'm not saying it's a bad song. I think, honestly, if people peer pressured me enough into it, I could like it. Just like Next Level. I did like some aspects of it. I think the deep, deep chorus is pretty mesmerizing. So I'm not going to completely write this song off because I do see the addictive nature to it. Although it's a little bit off-putting for me personally. I'm just not into that initially. But there are songs very similar to this that have grown on me in the past. So for me, I think I'm going to put this into YG's Dungeon because there are just a couple of things that I would have changed, notably the shark concept, missed opportunity, just putting that out there. It's never too late. And I think I would have done something a little bit different to make the rest of the song fit a little bit more cohesively with the chorus. Moving on to Astro and their comeback with Candy Sugar Pop from their full-length album, Drive to the Starry Night. This is a sweet and cheerful song that combines old school funk and disco genres. Astro sings the phrase Candy Sugar Pop as a nickname for a lover, amplifying the group's playful and refreshing energy. When I saw the title and the thumbnail, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it would be like really fun, you know? Not sometimes, you know, 70s can be fun, sure, groovy 70s can be fun, but I thought it'd be more like cute fun, you know what I mean? But also, if anyone called me Candy Sugar Pop, like I don't know how I would react. Like, I feel like I would have to leave the situation. Do you know what I mean? Like, what do I say to that? That being said, I could definitely see the allure to this song. It feels like it's really easy to listen to. It feels like it could reach a very wide audience. Very public friendly. Like, I don't want to say it's generic, but maybe, I don't know. Like, there's nothing, like, I don't know how to explain it, you know? It's a nice summer song. It's not my thing. I don't think I would listen to it. You know, I don't love it. I don't hate it. So I'm going to put this one into It Exists as well. It's just there. I don't think I would seek it out. I might skip it, might not. We'll see one day, maybe. Now on to Lightsum and their release titled Alive from their first mini album Into the Light. That sounds a little oppositional, doesn't it? Alive, Into the Light. So this song meshes various genres including fusion groove, pop, house, EDM while expressing the emotion of feeling alive after falling in love. My first thought is that this boring ass thumbnail is definitely not in line with that description, like fusion of pop EDM that was described. It just seems like it would be like a boring ballad, no offense. Well, actually, this is a Cube group, right? I very much meant that offensively. The only good company out here is JYP. JYP's not out here fucking copyright claiming random shit. Just putting it out there. And also, we're still doing schoolgirl concepts. Jail. I'm calling my lawyer. Objection! Jobless. This song gave me early 2000s movies vibes. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It very much exists for me. Cube, however, did miss, however, a huge opportunity to reference Hyunna's Bubble Pop when they mentioned Bubble Bubble. Though, I retract that. Q probably doesn't have any business doing that. I feel like it would be a little malicious, a little hateful. Can you imagine? That would send me over the edge. Like, I don't have like an actual good reason to be upset about that. Like, for me, I feel like K-pop stans would be really mad about that. For me, like, I don't think it would change my life, but like, I feel like I would participate. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not above it. So yes, I'm gonna put this one into It Exists, but I think there are some addictive qualities. We'll see where it actually ends up. I don't think it could go into second gen vibes, but maybe eventually I might not skip it. Under certain circumstances, I don't think I would skip it. I think It Exists fits very well. Let us now take a gander at Ciipher's third mini album, The Code, featuring their title track, Fame. Now, having a group name like Ciipher and an album title like The Code, I think is pretty clever. You know, Ciipher, The Code. Is it Decipher I'm trying to think about? Maybe it's not that clever. I retract my statement, unless it makes sense. Now, Ciipher, I really, of course I would love to root for Ciipher because it's Rain's boy group. I love Rain. Right? He has so many iconic songs. Love Song, not even his most iconic song, but can we talk about the eyelashes and the sparkly vest? Just putting that out there. Unmatched to this day. I would have loved for Rain to like bring that artistry forward. You know, this song, in my opinion, just, I don't like the sound of it. You know, it's talking about like chasing fame, not giving up, and like there's like this weird sense of like, I'll be there for you. I don't know, just up to this point, I really have not been liking Ciipher's music. So I'm going to put this into not my cup of tea. Now I have Woosung on my list, despite his company taking me off his PR list. It just don't faze me at all. Don't think I don't recognize these things. Alexa's company took me off their PR list. I don't get emails for Woosung's comebacks anymore. I'm still on XG's PR list though, so let's hope their comeback with mascara doesn't end up in the gutter, because then I'll get off that fucking list too. I promise you I will not sacrifice my honesty for random ass emails that tell me when a comeback is gonna come out, even though I Google when comebacks are gonna come out. Like, I still appreciate the emails, but I digress. Luckily, we don't need an email because there's a description in the description box of this video. So let's take a little bit of a look. Might paraphrase a bit, it's a little long. Multi-talented artist Woosung has made an anticipated return with his new EP titled Moth. So Moth is the theme of this self-written and self-produced project. While a butterfly is perceived as a beautiful and touchable creature in the daylight, a moth is nocturnal and often colorless, translucent, and drawn to the light. Taking a closer look, these dull and popular moths can be just as pleasing to the eye when the light shines through them as they fly through the night. You know, moths are getting more and more popular. We're seeing the yassification of moths through tattoos. Have you noticed? There's so many moth tattoos now. So basically this symbolizes transformation, change, rebirth, and the power of regeneration while taking the path of the unpopular, unchosen, and the not so beautiful ones. It takes the listening into a world where the butterflies and moths can be seen side by side. Now, to be honest, had I not read all of that, my dumbass would have thought he was holding fucking butterflies in the music video, not gonna lie. I mean, they look a lot like butterflies. I feel like there are more moth-looking moths out there instead of like butterfly-presenting moths. Do you know what I mean? Like, there are like moths that look like fucking moths. Unless it was a butterfly to show the contrast, and then I retract my statement. I feel like they could have used a more moth-looking moth. Irregardless, I always think Woosung has a very stunning voice. It's just very comforting, I would say. And it's a nice song. I would say it reminds me a little bit of Somi's Dum Dum. Should we play them side by side? I'm just thinking of that right now. I don't know the song well enough to make that statement, but let's just see if I have any standing in that. However, the song has a sense of familiarity that I can't otherwise put my finger on. Let's try listening to it a little bit and let's see if we can figure it out. That's what I'm thinking of. That's like what I'm singing. So let me know again. I think this is so fun if you guys can help me figure that out. It's not quite my style, but I do appreciate its existence. I appreciate the artistry. The lyrics touch on how someone's existence was once your life, right? Your breath, your blood. And their absence cut you so deep at one point, but now it doesn't even faze you. So for those reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and put it into second gen vibes. I don't even know why Woosung's company took me off their PR list. Is it because I never once have ever responded to any of the PR emails? Like, all the shit I talk in these companies want nothing to do with me? That's hurtful. From their 7th mini album, Trickster, we have WOOZ who have a comeback with Bring It On. To this day, I still want to say it Onius. I want to call them Onius. That sounds so majestic. Described as a drill and trap genre song in which one is transformed into Trickster, bringing everyone's wishes to the surface in this unfriendly world. I wrote, oh yeah. I literally wrote, oh yeah. Why did I write, oh yeah? Because of unfriendly world? Fuck, I'm lame. Any hardships become trivial in the face of WOOZ as they put an overwhelmingly powerful performance to the captivating beat. It starts off pretty strong before we slow down, get some nice vocals, and then I didn't really quite care for the chorus, to be honest. Actually, the chorus reminded me of an EXO song. I think Overdose. Anywho, I liked a lot of elements of the song. I actually like the trumpet, the beat drop. And I usually hate trumpets, so that says a lot. And the lockdown part sounded cool as hell as well. However, if we place all of those elements together, it just wasn't something that I liked. So for this, I'm going to put it into YG's Dungeon because I really do like the potential. There are just a couple of things that I think I would change to make it more cohesive for me. Now we have a 3-year-old song to review, or at least it was teased 3 years ago. So this is Psy's Celeb from his new album, Psy 9th. That was literally not hard to remember. I don't know how that escaped me. So this song features Suzy in the music video, and that thumbnail is terrible quality, mid-movement. It looks like a music show thumbnail, to be honest. This is my unofficial application to be a thumbnail creator for P Nation. Lyric-wise, this is probably like the ultimate stan song. It literally, it talks about how important this person's mundane daily life activities is to him. And I thought of Kpop stans immediately. And I do have to give it to Psy for bringing forth fun songs and really iconic choreography. I just don't know if this is something I would listen to. I'm acknowledging the addictive factors. It's very addictive. It's very fun. I just don't know that I would listen to it. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of listening to it, it was really stuck in my head. It's very easily repeatable. So I'm going to tentatively put this into grower, not a shower. I like the fact that, it was fun, but it did have like kind of a sweeter side to it as well. So grower, not a shower. There's a lot of growers this month. Jeez. Moving on to WOODZ's comeback with I Hate You from his 4th mini album, Colorful Trauma. This was highly recommended to me by the wonderful Vanessa. She claims this is her favorite release of the year. So I was really excited to check it out. This is a pop punk rock song that touches on one-sided love, or the remnants of a one-sided love, shall we say. The song basically, in my opinion, is trying to convince himself that he's over it, that he's fine without his love interest. His love interest basically lied to him, basically left him for someone else. But he's totally fine without that person, or at least like he thinks he is. He's trying to convince himself. The lyrics basically saying, I hate you, I'll forget you, goodbye, my love. But then the lyrics right after, we hear him saying, no way, please don't go. I guess that's human nature, right? Things that are bad for us, sometimes we still, it's hard for us to really fully comprehend that it's bad for us, that we don't want that. Like, nostalgia is literally the worst. You'll think back on terrible situations and be like, I miss that. The human brain is so flawed. As for me, I did enjoy the song. I really like the pop punk rock vibes of it all. However, the beep sounds did kind of take me out of the experience ever so slightly. So personally, I would have otherwise ranked it in maybe second gen vibes, but those beep sounds, YG's Dungeon. Because I would take those beep sounds out, and then I think for me it would be a little bit more enjoyable. Let's finally discuss Psy's new boy group, TNX, who recently released a mini album called Way Up with the title track Move. And this was recommended by the very lovely Valerie. This song has a trendy beat that begins with lyrical orchestra sounds and features brass sounds in the second half that make listeners think of TNX's energetic footsteps. Interesting. Did not make me think of that, but I'll keep that in mind next time I hear it. The addictive chorus, solid composition, and hard-hitting lyrics make the song even more charismatic. I would definitely describe this as a very strong song. And then the beat drop sold it for me. Though I will say the pre-chorus didn't like blow me away or anything. It was just there. But I did really enjoy the song. I ended up enjoying it a lot more than I anticipated. Just like from the first listen, I wasn't sure. But I have been listening to it quite a bit. I think it reminds me a little bit of Stray Kids. Stray Kids intensity, shall we say, mixed with, shall I say, a little bit of Janice by Boyfriend. The beginning. Shall we play a little bit side by side? You can let me know what you think. Anyways, I added it straight away to my playlist, so I'm gonna give this a good little cup of milk moment. Next up, we have Kang Daniel, who made a comeback with his first full-length album, The Story, featuring this title track, Upside Down. Basically, he wrote the lyrics to the song that is described as a bright pop genre song that incorporates various sounds such as whistling, clapping, and drumming. That's an interesting description. Like, I don't know why I find it so funny, but just like, oh, this song features, get this, sounds. There's vocals and beats and all the PR, all the people writing PRE. all the people writing PR emails. I'm so sorry. I could not do a better job. I couldn't. Kudos to you. Your description skills are stellar. I'm out here being dumb as hell. Don't listen to me. The lyrics express how he feels like he's living in the upside down because no matter what he says or does, it's wrong. It's just always wrong. So he just feels like he's living in the wrong world. So ultimately, he's striving to change that feeling. I appreciate the message, of course. I'm sure we can all, at some point in our lives, relate to that feeling. I couldn't think of the word. It's just sound-wise, it's not something that I would listen to. I'm not really particularly drawn to this, so I would personally put it into not my cup of tea. But as always, if you think this is something that sounds nice to you, go check it out. Moving on to BVNDIT's first comeback in, I believe, 3 years. I think that's what I had read originally. From their third mini album, Re-Original, and the title track, Venom. Described as an EDM hip-hop song with a groovy bass line, this song features BVNDIT's powerful energy with lyrics expressing a message to hold one's head high and say what needs to be said. This is just another song that I don't really love the sound of, and I don't really have that much to say. I'm gonna put it into not my cup of tea. Second to last, we're going to be talking about AB6IX's comeback with their song Savior from their fifth EP, A to B. That's funny. A to B. It's usually A to Z, but it's just A to B, which is A B. I got it. I understood the intention. This song captivates listeners with a leading melody that is like a ray of light along with contrasting synth-based sounds. The concise and repetitive hook and the trendy rap convey the message of the song as the members sing, "Finally found my savior, you are my miracle." I did notice some majestic vibes that I thought went very well with the theme of savior, right? Like it just went hand in hand. It fit very well. But the chorus just didn't live up to it in my opinion. I did like the rest of the song, but just not enough to maybe listen to it again. I'm just gonna put it into not my cup of tea. Last but not least, we have NCT Dream's comeback with Beatbox from their repackaged second album. Described as an old school hip hop dance song that optimistically and positively expresses NCT Dream's message of showcasing music that only their group can. So in other words, some good old SM 4th Gen noise. I was so proud of that joke until I listened to the song and realized it's like for the first time it's not fucking true. Can you imagine how upset I was? So I've had a soft spot for NCT Dream ever since Hot Sauce, because Hot Sauce was like the song of the summer last year. Well, one of them. There was a lot of good summer songs last year, you have to admit, and Hot Sauce undoubtedly was one of them. But their last comeback really put me off. I was not feeling it. But Hot Sauce really showed all the haters that I'm not always an SM anti. Most of the time, not all the time. Hot Sauce just made sense to me. But anyways, it put me off. So, you know, and I was excited for that comeback. But when this comeback came around, you know, I didn't have any anticipation because I thought, you know, maybe Hot Sauce is just an anomaly. I was expecting something super chaotic, super noisy. I mean, that is SM's signature. Hot Sauce was off-putting, but it made sense to me. Like, I liked it. It was noisy, but it was great. But then to come to this song and it's not off-putting in the slightest. It's like, there's some, I would say some old school SM vibes, shall we say. Maybe not even. I don't know. Was there even any singing in unison? I don't think so. Well, there wasn't there? So, does it even, it almost doesn't even have any SM vibes. Do you know what I mean? Like, sure, there's the singing in unison, but there's not like that strange, I'm not saying strange in a bad way. Let me say things. It doesn't have that typical SM vocal editing that, like, you know, could I picture EXO singing this? Could I picture TVXQ singing this? Like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't have like those, you know, old school typical SM sounds. It doesn't really fit into the newer chaotic SM. Do you know what I mean? So I was very surprised, pleasantly surprised at that. First of all, I love the beatboxing theme. And I love that there's actual beatboxing and then kind of mimicking beatboxing in the lyrics, like chicka chicka bum or whatever. That way, like, you can still sing along to the lyrics, even if you might be shit at beatboxing. I don't know. I'm not trying to put my lack of talent onto others. But so I loved, like, them following through with the beatboxing theme. And it seems weird to say, but some songs have like one title, then the song's like about something completely different. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I appreciate the artistry at times, but I love a good theme, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just so fun and so uplifting. And I think NCT Dream have done it again. Last year, Hot Sauce was one of the best songs of the summer. And I think Beatbox is going to be just that, another amazing song for the summer. Straight on to my pool party playlist, let me tell you. The mouth sounds, the minimalistic instrumentals, everything is absolute perfection. Today is Monday, May 30th. I just listened to this morning and I keep on playing. I haven't really been able to play it that much because I've been filming, but I keep wanting to play it. Every time I listen to it, it makes me so happy. And dare I say, this is Big Booty Bop. I have to put it, you know, I have to do it. Maybe tomorrow I'm not gonna like it anymore, but we're gonna live in the moment today. We haven't had, how long, guys, has it been since we've had a Big Booty Bop? It's been months. 2022 K-pop has sucked. I don't remember any Big Booty Bop so far, to be honest. I'm so happy with Beatbox. I'm really excited. I'm so excited to listen to the song, play the shit out of it. Big Booty Bop. Big Booty Bop. Beatbox. Big Booty Bop. Hey, it fucking fits, doesn't it? Anyways, that is basically it for the review portion of this video. We're going to get straight into the playlist section. We have 12 minutes. No lollygagging. So now we're going to talk about songs I've been loving this month, whether or not they came out this month. I have a playlist on Spotify called The Monthly Playlist. May or may not have been inspired by YG, don't tell them. Rompe. This song has an interesting story because I didn't know that I knew it. I kept hearing it on TikTok and I was like, this is a good song. And then I downloaded it and I was like, shit, I actually know this song. I forgot that I knew it. So it's great. Graveyard. I really love the song Graveyard, but I extra love the acoustic version of Graveyard by Halsey. It's just so soft and beautiful. I love it. Didn't this come out last month? Did I not like it last month? Or did I just put it on my... I don't fucking remember. It's nice and fluffy. I liked it. I've been super into Anita. Actually, if we check my Spotify profile, my top artist of the month is Anita. Then it's Britney Spears. I don't remember listening to Britney Spears, but okay. And then it's Halsey. Then it's 17. And then ATEEZ, Peach PRC, then Céline Dion. I don't know how they calculate that. I think it's if you listen to more than, I'll often just listen to like one song religiously by one artist, and that doesn't necessarily reflect the top artist, right? I think you have to listen to like 2 songs from an artist, right? So I guess, I don't fucking know. I don't know. So I don't think I listened to 17 that much, but I might have listened to 2 17 songs, right? So I think that's how they calculate it. But I don't know. Is the song a little problematic? Yes, let's move on. So I was watching The Wild. I really loved season 1. I kind of skimmed through season 2. I might do a rewatch. I really love season 1 though, but in season 2 the song started playing, so I googled the lyrics. I don't fucking Shazam things. I don't know. Maybe it's probably easy. But I really enjoyed the songs I downloaded. I'm not gonna lie, it reminds me of that song on TikTok. My name is Cheeky. I don't remember how I came to listen to this song, but it was fun too. I was just kind of going through Anita's album and I came across this song and I like La Bamba, so I appreciated the sample. Positions by Ariana Grande. ATEEZ Answer Ode to Joy, featuring La Boheme. This is from a ballet called Giselle. I saw Natalia Osipova and I think it's Carlos Acosta doing the pas de deux together, and it was so hauntingly beautiful. And from there I started watching more ballet videos and getting super into it. I really want to go see a ballet. I want to really see Giselle. I think it's a beautiful story, but I think the Nutcracker is probably more accessible. I'd probably end up going to see the Nutcracker or Swan Lake. I think those are more like very popular, but I really want to see Giselle. Money by Lisa. Enough said. Don't want to get a copyright claim. Enrique. He's probably gonna be in like my top 5, not gonna lie. IKON But You. Move TNX. Didn't that sound like Janice by Boyfriend? Just putting it out there. Okay, enough. We don't have enough time. That was it. That's it. We're done. We're officially done this video. Thank you so much if you made it this far into the video. It means so much to me. If you made it this far without skipping, leave a ballerina emoji. I've been super into ballet. I literally want to get like flexible and like I've been like shoving my legs up in the air trying to I like pulled a muscle too like the first time I did it. It like hurt for a couple of days too. Like I don't know, like shit. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also subscribe and join my channel members. These are the lovely individuals who support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. As for me, I'm gonna get going. I'm sorry for being perpetually disappointing, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.